A very flat performance by Tottenham, a very disappointing night in the Europa League for Spurs. Royal Antwerp 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. It is game day today. Royal Antwerp v Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League in Group J. Of course, last week we played our first group stage game, beating Lask 3-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The team lineup has just been announced and it is as follows. Hugo Lloris is in goal as our captain. Serge Aurier, Davinson Sanchez, Ben Davies and Sergio Reguilon at the back. Harry Winks, Dele Alli, Giovanni Lo Celso, Steven Bergwijn, Gareth Bale and Carlos Vinicius. The substitutes for Tottenham tonight are Joe Hart, Matt Doherty, Toby Alderweireld, Dennis Serkin, Jack Clark, Harvey White, Moussa Sissoko, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Eric Lamela, Lucas Moura, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. So Jose Mourinho has named a very strong team yet again in the Europa League and we have a very strong bench. If you look at that bench and see the likes of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane on it and of course other attacking options, Lucas Moura and Eric Lamela on there as well. But Tottenham have a very strong team. Gareth Bale in the starting lineup tonight. Steven Bergwijn, Carlos Vinicius. Wouldn't it be nice to see Carlos Vinicius and Gareth Bale to get their first goals of this season? Anyway, I'm expecting a good professional win tonight from Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Spurs win with Gareth Bale and Carlos Vinicius to get our goal. So fingers crossed. I'm now going to speak to Spurs fan Paul to get his thoughts on the game. So I've now got Spurs fan Paul with me. Paul, we've got Royal Antwerp away in the Europa League today. What have you made of Tottenham's season so far?
To be honest, Chris, clearly we've had a couple of dodgy results. Threw away 2 points against Newcastle, threw away 2 points against West Ham. But if I look at now the strength and depth in that squad, I would, without preempting anything, I wouldn't be surprised if we go on and certainly win something this season. If you listen to Harry at Burnley the other night, he said that squad is capable of something special. It wouldn't really surprise me if I think about Liverpool. They've lost, obviously, Van Dijk at the back now. Man City are not the team that they were a few seasons ago. I think we've got as good a chance as anyone with that league. I mean, our odds now, I think, have been cut in half. They're down to 7-1 now. We're third favourites. I think we've got as good a chance as we've had for years and years and years. In all honesty, Chris, I can't think of a season over the last 30 years where we've had a team as strong as what we've now got. I mean, generally, every game we've got a first-class team on the pitch as a first 11. And actually, if you look at the strength and depth on the bench, we've probably got exactly the same again. So I'm really excited about this season.
Paul, do you really think that Tottenham can challenge for the Premier League?
Yes. Yes. Why, if you look at the results, Chris, no one is playing very well at the moment.
Yeah.
Look at the number of goals that are being scored. Look at the number of goals that are being conceded. We've probably got, in my personal opinion, I think we've got the best front line in Europe at the moment.
Without a doubt.
I honestly don't think there's a team that on their day are better than Tottenham at the moment.
What has changed though, Paul? Because obviously there was a lot of recruitment in the summer transfer window. You know, full credit to Daniel Levy, Jose Mourinho. They went out. Jose Mourinho has clearly identified the problems that Tottenham had last year, and brought in all these players. What have you made of the new signings so far?
I think the standout one for me, Chris, has got to be Højbjerg in the middle. I think he's been exceptional. If you look at all of his statistics, I think he's made the most passes this season. He's been absolutely exceptional. And when I think about when he was at Southampton, did I take much notice of him? No. Did I think he was a great player? No. He just wasn't a standout player. But you put him into our team and he looks absolutely world class. So number one, I think that was a great addition. If I think about what we've got now as a left back with Sergio from Real Madrid, my only fear there is I understand there's a buyback clause in the contract. So if he plays exceptional over the next sort of 12 to 18 months, are Real Madrid going to come asking for him back? I think the pace that he brings to the team is exceptional. At long last, we've gone out and bought that strong centre forward. And when I watched Vinicius last week, when he first played, the 2 assists in the game last Thursday, he looks an exceptional. Clearly, we got him on loan at the moment, but potentially an exceptional buy if we do buy him when his loan expires.
Paul, one player I want to talk about, Dele Alli. He is back in the starting lineup today. Do you think that he has a future under Jose Mourinho at Tottenham? Definitely.
I mean, let's not forget that Dele is only 24 years of age, right? He is a young player. He probably came to prominence probably 2 or 3 years before he really wanted to. He was exceptional. I think in his first season at Spurs, absolute standout player. He'll get back in. Jose will make him work hard. He will undoubtedly get back into that team. And I think he will have a future to play at Tottenham.
Paul, what are you expecting from tonight? Of course, Gareth Bale is in the starting lineup. You mentioned Vinicius there. Hopefully, him and Gareth Bale can get their first goals for Tottenham tonight. But what do you make of this Tottenham team that Jose Mourinho has put out?
So I love Bale. I mean, I loved him when he was obviously at Spurs 7 years ago. Very sad to see him go. But look, he's come back a much wiser player. He's got that winning mentality about him. Jose has been saying that over the last couple of weeks, he's been building up to full fitness. So I'm really excited about seeing him play tonight. And I think he will add a slightly different dimension on that pitch tonight. Really excited to see him back. And I'd like to see him start maybe our next Premiership game against Brighton on Sunday as well.
But what are you expecting from tonight?
A solid performance. I'd love to see a clean sheet, and I think we'll see goals. I think 3-0 Tottenham tonight.
Can Tottenham win the Europa League?
If I think they can win the Premier League, I'm for sure think they can win the Europa League.
I love the confidence, Paul, because when you think back to those those last 9 games of last season, Bournemouth away, for instance, didn't even have a shot on target in that game. And Tottenham are playing some super, super exciting stuff. When you look at the likes of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, what they've done so far, and then when you look at a game like tonight, Royal Antwerp away, and you've got both of them on the bench, what fantastic options we have.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whenever I sit and watch Tottenham at the moment, whenever they go forward, in my mind, they are going to score. My only reservation, they need to make sure that they tighten it up at the back, because at the moment I do feel as though they're going into games and they will say to the opposition, "We'll score more than you," but that doesn't preclude the opposition from being able to score, because I think at times Jose hasn't got a settled back four.
But of course, Ben Davies is in the back four again. Sergio Reguilon's there as well. So Ben Davies will be playing in central defence. It's his 200th appearance for the club tonight. What have you made of Ben Davies so far?
Ben, for me, is just one of those out-and-out solid defenders. Doesn't have a huge amount of pace, and that's why clearly we've bought Sergio. But Ben will give 100% whenever he pulls that shirt on. So, again, for me, a few seasons ago, he was very much a player that was a standout player, very much underrated. So, I like Ben. I think he's a great addition in our squad.
Paul, you're going for 3-0. I'm going to go for 2-0. Let's hope that we get the 3 points tonight. Thank you very much for talking to me, and come on, you Spurs.
You're welcome, Chris. Come on, you Spurs.
So it's half-time. Royal Antwerp 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. In the 6th minute, Gareth Bale had a shot with his left foot from range, went wide. Antwerp had quite a few chances. Lo Celso had a shot outside the box, a ball from Dele Alli in the 14th minute. Steven Bergwijn and Giovanni Lo Celso linked up well in the 19th minute. Bergwijn shot at the goalkeeper. I must say that Bergwijn and Vinicius have played pretty well this half, but we haven't been that creative. When you look at some of the players on the pitch at the moment, you would expect a whole lot more from this Tottenham team. Anyway, Royal Antwerp went 1-0 up in the 29th minute. Harry Winks passed the ball to Ben Davies. Ben Davies went down. Player went through, passed it, crossed it, and it was finished very, very well. It was finished absolutely brilliantly. 1-0 to Antwerp. Very disappointing. In the 38th minute, Gareth Bale shot over the bar. In the 43rd minute, just before half-time, Reguilon was ball watching. He's been disappointing so far in this first half as well. The ball was played behind him. Another chance for Antwerp, and the ball was blocked. But Tottenham, overall, in this first half, have been very, very flat. I'm now going to speak to Spurs fan Dave to get his thoughts on the first half. So, Dave, it's half-time. Royal Antwerp 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. What have you made of the first half?
Well, not much, really. It's been very pedantic and very casual from Spurs, I think. I think they've underrated Royal Antwerp, and this is Royal Antwerp's cup final, if you like. They've won all the second balls. They've been knocking it around. Spurs have made 9 changes, as we know, and I think we're showing that we aren't, we're not at the races at the moment. We're not gelling, and especially the forward players not linking up at all. And what with that mistake by Ben Davies getting caught in possession, I think that's, there's nothing behind him, and it's been very poor. I think it's just we seem to be going through the motions. There's no spark. We're not winning the second balls at all. So, I think he's going to have to make some changes and beef it up. Carlos Vinicius has done all right. Dele Alli has been anonymous, really. I've not seen so much where Lo Celso's got on the ball, but Bergwijn's had a few, trying to get a few shots away. And Bale is, in and out. He's coming very deep, Gareth Bale, I feel. I don't know about you, Chris, but he's not playing up the front at all. I think we need someone like Lucas Moura coming on to gel it up. There's no crosses going in. Do
you think Jose Mourinho has made too many changes, Dave?
Yeah, well, I think he might have done. I think he's overcooked it. I think he has, because it's. I think as Genius was saying on the commentary, if you make all those changes, sometimes it doesn't. It backfires a bit, because they're not used to playing with each other, in that sort of slots. So I know it's early days. It's only the second match, but I just I feel that perhaps he's going to need to bring on a couple of players. I mean, whether Antwerp can keep this up, we don't know. But they're no mugs, that's for sure. I think we rated them, don't you?
They've played very well, and I think they've created quite a few chances as well. It's been a very flat 45 minutes for Tottenham, particularly after watching us destroy teams. Southampton in the second half, Manchester United, scoring 6 there. We've destroyed teams. Even Maccabi Haifa winning 7-2 at home. But where do you see the goals coming from in the second half, Dave? Do you think that Jose Mourinho's got to bring Heung-min Son and Harry Kane on?
I think he'll definitely bring on some fresh legs. I reckon is Lucas on the bench? I didn't see the bench. Yeah, I think Lucas will will come on, and perhaps Sonny. Whether he will bring on Kane, I don't know. I mean, he'll wait till 60 minutes, and then I think you might see three changes there, as you say, the forward. I mean, if it's still 0-1, he won't want to lose this one. So he's going to have to bring on the big guns, because the backup squad the backup team aren't performing. Lo Celso's got on the ball a few times. I thought Harry Winks has been, he's hasn't done much really. He's been you just need something there, a leader or something to get a kickstart. Really, we need some jump leads out there, Chris, with the Charger. I think. You think?
Dave,
I think
the second half.
Well, I think
Spurs.
Well, let's get some big guns on and get a couple of goals, because he won't want to lose this one, and it's all going to fall flat after everyone's talking us up, and then what a fantastic squad and all the rest of it. So we've got to demonstrate that. We've got to get the big boys on and get a couple of goals.
Well, as long as we get the 3 points, Dave, enjoy the second half and come on, you Spurs.
Well, cheers. Come on, Spurs.
So the full-time whistle has just gone. Royal Antwerp 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. A very, very disappointing night for Spurs. Of course, at half-time, Jose Mourinho was very, very bold. Made 4 half-time substitutions. Giovanni Lo Celso, Dele Alli, Steven Bergwijn and Carlos Vinicius all going off. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Eric Lamela, Lucas Moura and Heung-min Son coming on. But what worried me, after 38 seconds, just 38 seconds of the second half, Royal Antwerp had a chance. Davinson Sanchez luckily blocked. But Royal Antwerp, for me, were excellent. They were absolutely excellent tonight. In fairness, and if I'm completely honest, they could have scored and should have scored a lot more than the one that they had. They had many, many chances. Hugo Lloris had to save one, and they missed quite a few chances. They missed from like 2 or 3 yards out. Could have scored again. The player went through, shot over the bar. They had chance after chance after chance. Even when Harry Kane came on, he was our 5th substitute in the game in the 58th minute. So a good half hour for him. We're used to this season seeing Heung-min Son and Harry Kane linking up very well, scoring goal after goal, looking very, very dangerous. We just didn't see this in the second half. Even with creative players like Eric Lamela, Lucas Moura, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, Tottenham just didn't look like we were going to score in that second half. And you could just tell what type of night it was going to be. In the 89th minute, Harry Winks shot over with his left foot. In the 90th minute, Heung-min Son had a shot blocked. Harry Kane then had a shot blocked. And you just knew then that it just wasn't going to happen. Anyway, Tottenham's next game now is in the Premier League on Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Brighton at home. Let's hope that Tottenham can get back to winning ways, because let's face it, we have been on a very, very good run. This is a small blip, but I'm sure that Tottenham will sort it out in the Europa League group stages, and that we will go through to the last 16. It is just one of those nights. It is just one of those nights. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on the game in the comments section below, and I will see you on another video very, very soon. Come on, you Spurs.